Grateful Living welcomes you to practical Christian living and giving in tough times. Whether there is a national concern affecting a large population, or whether it is just you and your family, when tough times come, we want God's guidance in how to handle life's issues.
Hi, I'm Ray Hartwell, Director of Grateful Living, a ministry of the Georgia-Cumberland Conference.
And I'm Stephen Reese, Associate Director of Grateful Living. Tough times bring uncertainty.
Now, before you let panic take over you, stop and remember the facts. God has you as His child. He has promised to never leave you or forsake you. And the Bible tells us, while living in this world, there will always be times and seasons of uncertainty. But God has the future, and He has your future.
The four walls. If you have lost your job or about to, here should be your priorities in your life today. Dave Ramsey, popular Christian media host on financial advice, talks about the four walls you need to focus on: food, shelter, transportation, and utilities.
So, Steve, these would be the essential concerns that somebody should have right now. Make sure that you have basic food items and only purchase basic items. Change your choices and your menus from what you probably normally typically do. Go with staple foods, not high processed or already prepared items. Stock up on dry foods like rice, beans, pasta, goods with a shelf life, like maybe canned goods. And maybe friends and neighbors could buy in bulk and then split it out. That could save some money that way. After you've reduced or stopped all other spending, if you're still short of funds for housing, then do the following. If you're renting, contact your landlord and talk with them right away. Explain the situation. If you have a mortgage, contact the mortgage lender right away and talk to them and stay in touch with them frequently. When it comes to transportation, limit your driving as much as you can. Maybe you could consider carpooling with someone, but make sure you have a way to any potential job locations. And then when it comes to utilities, look for times and areas where you can reduce consumption. Change your thermostat. Maybe when it's warm, use a fan to circulate air so your air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard. After you care for those four walls, be brutally honest with yourself and with each other and your family about what is absolutely essential and what really isn't.
Here's one of the things that you can be certain of. Even during uncertain times, God's promises, like it says in Deuteronomy 33:27, the eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. Amen. And Hebrews 13:5, for He Himself has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. That's an amazing promise.
It sure is.
If you still have partial income, say a part-time job or unemployment, remember to return a faithful tithe to God.
So, as we kind of finish up here, there's another text that's very comforting that I think is really good to remember at this time. In 1 Corinthians 10:13, it says, no temptation, and I would say no condition, has overtaken you such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted or conditioned beyond what you're able, but with the temptation or the condition will also make the way of escape that you may be able to handle it.
Grateful Living, along with each of the ministry departments of the Georgia-Cumberland Conference, are glad to serve you in your Christian growth.